deriving and using formula. In this tutorial video, I am going to show you how to write and use formula and how to change the subject of a formula. Now, what is a formula? A formula is a mathematical rule that shows the relationship between two or more variables. For example, a formula that is often used in physics is the V equals to U plus AT. Now, this is the formula for calculating velocity. Okay, that's not what we're doing actually, but I want to use this formula to explain the change the subject of formula. Now, in this formula, V is the subject of the formula. It is written on its own on one side of the equation. Depending on the information you are given and the variable you want to find, you might need to rearrange the formula. This is called changing the subject of formula. For example, if you know the values of V, A, and T in the formula, V equals to U plus AT, and you want to work out the value of U, you would need to rearrange the equation as I'm going to show you now. Now, how do you rearrange the equation, making U the subject of the formula? What do you do? Now, we're going to take this U plus AT to this side, and then we're going to put the V equals to this side. You see? Okay, so what are we going to do? I'm going to take the plus AT away to the other side, and then when I take it to the other side, the sign changes. Something like this. Then you're going to have U equals to what? V minus what? AT. Now, we have made U the subject of formula. T. Let's work out T. Now, when you have V equals to U plus AT, now, how do we make T the subject of the formula? Now, what we're going to do is we are going to rewrite this formula by saying U plus AT equals to what? V. I've not done anything much into the formula here. I've only written the same thing, but I'm writing it in the other way around. Okay? Alright, now, what we're going to do now is we are going to move out the AT. So we're going to move out the AT, and the next thing we're going to do is we're going to write our what? V. And then when we write our V, okay, do not forget this is a positive variable, U. Okay, so we're going to move it to the other side, and then when you move it to the other side, the sign changes. Okay, and then we're going to have what? A negative U. So this is called, or this is minus U. Okay, now what are we going to do? Since we want to make T the subject of the formula, so we are going to divide both sides. Do not forget, this is one side, which is called the left hand side, and this is the right hand side. So we are going to divide the both sides by what? A, leaving T, because we want to make T the subject of the formula, and then we're going to have T equals to what? V minus U all over what? A. Now we have made T the subject of formula. It is very simple. Alright, so let's take an example on the screen to explain further. Now, the example A says, each day John is paid a fixed wage, W naira, and an extra R naira per hour he works. Write a formula for the total pay. Okay. Now, the B says we would use the formula in part A to work out P when W is this and H is that and R is what? That. Okay. Now, C says we are going to rearrange the formula in part A to make H the subject of the formula, and then D, we are going to use the formula in part C to work out H. Okay, so now what they're actually saying is that we're going to generate a formula ourselves in A. We're going to use that formula. We're going to use that value in the formula to find P, and then we are going to make H the subject of the formula in C, and we're going to use that formula, that value, sorry, to find H in what? C. Alright, so this is what we're going to do. Now let's jump into solving it. Now, number one, the first thing to do is, do not forget that John is paid a fixed wage. Now, so that P would represent the pay. Okay? Now equal to the what? The wage. All right. Now the r per hour it works. Okay. Now do not forget that John works extra hour, which is represented by what? H, at a rate which is represented as what? R. Now please, I want you to, anytime I write HR means H multiplied by R, and then it gives you what? HR. Okay, take note. So what are we going to do? So we're going to add the what? HR, which is the extra hour he has worked, and the rate, or times the rate. Now we have the formula. P equals to W plus what? HR. Fine. Now the B says we should fix the values here into the formula, and then we should find the answer for what? P. The whole stuff here is calculated in naira. Okay, do not forget. All right, so now P equals to W, which is what? 60, and 8 1/4, that's 8.25 times 4.80, and then we have P, that's the pay, equals to what? 60 plus 39.6. okay, and then we're going to add 60 to 39.6, and then we're going to have P equals to what? 99.6. do not forget that you have to add naira, which is 99 naira 6 kobo. Okay, now we're done with what? B. Now the first one is generating the formula, which is the answer for A. Now P, getting the value for P is 99.6. so we're done with A and B. Now let's go to C. C says we should make H the subject of formula by rearranging the what? The formula. Okay, so what are we going to do? We are going to use what they call inverse operation. Okay, we're going to use inverse operation. I'm going to show you how to do that. Now do not forget that we have P equals to W plus HR. Now P equals to, P minus W equals to what? HR. Now how did we get this? Now the P would go to the other side. So when P goes to the other side, it becomes a negative P, and that's why we have minus what? W here. Okay, now what are we going to do here now? Because we want to make H the subject of the formula, we are going to divide both sides by R. Now this is one side, which is called the left hand side. This is called the right side. Okay, so the R will be divided by both sides, and when R is divided on the right hand side here, R will be eliminated, leaving what? H. So we are going to have P minus W all over R equals to what? H. Okay, so now D says we should use your answer to part C to work out H when you have these values. Okay, so we're going to write the formula now, which is P minus W equals to what? R. So we're going to fix the values into the formula, and then we're going to have H equals to 91 minus 65 all over what? 5.20, and then we are going to have 5 hours. It is very simple. I hope you have learned something today, and I'm so happy and delighted about that. Thank you guys. I know you have learned something today. If you are new to this channel, kindly hit the subscribe button, like, comment and share this video to your families and friends. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.